Okay, so first of all, a very good morning from India. I am Dr. Siddheshwar Chopra, and I'll be taking you to the basic introduction of Spooky2, and what does Spooky2 do, and what all products does Spooky2 has to offer you all. And a very good morning to each and every one of you. And I really congratulate each and every one of you for taking out your precious time, and then you are taking basically health in your own hands. That is what is important. That is what I did few years back, and I'm uh, proud that I have made such a choice in my life. Ultimately, we have to be responsible to our own health and the health of our loved ones. So that is what is very important. So let me take you through to the basic principles what basically are needed in Spooky 2 to understand Spooky 2. Before that, let me introduce myself briefly to you all. Who am I? First of all, basically I am from India. I have done my PhD in experimental physics from Pilani, and post graduation I have done from one of the greatest spiritual leaders, uh, Sri Sathya Sai Baba, from his institute in South India. And currently I'm working as an assistant professor at Department of Physics at Amity University, India. And from my academic research point of view, I am basically a computational nanoscientist, and I have 25 publications till date. Recently, yesterday or some 1 or 2 days back, I received one more publication. So I am a very active researcher, and apart from my academic credentials, I have a few number of energy healing certifications also. I am a theta healing practitioner, Reiki grandmaster, and now healing facilitator, Pyravastu facilitator, and I have an iridology diploma, and I have master diploma in alternative medicines and also access consciousness facilitator. My main work is in subconscious mind, and I use emotional level healing, using the Rife research, using the Spooky2 products in my with my clients. So my other healing research, that is my passion these days, by the way. I work with the Rife frequencies. As I said, I work with pyramids, magnets, organoids, tensor technology, cache technology, and I'm currently working with the vertex coil also. So let's see where we reach. We keep learning. That is what I believe always in life. We keep learning, we keep evolving. That is what is important. And getting you started with basically what is the role of frequencies in our life. Okay. As I said, I'm a professor of physics. So that is something very close to my heart, I should say. And what I have, when I started learning these concepts, I came to know that every emotion has a specific frequency. This is why I'm talking about emotions, is very important to understand that, emotions rule everything for us in life. There is some message. So there is everything related in your body, more or less, to the emotions. So if you handle these emotions very well, so that is a separate talk altogether. I will just give you a very gist of these stuff. What is the role of emotions. So once we are aware of the emotions, emotions do control our health. Definitely they control our health. So let me give you a very small example. This is a very popular scale which is called the Hawkins scale of emotions. Many of you will be aware about it, but it's my duty to just give you a brief about it here. You see, basically, you can say that this is a plot of energy. You see here on the right hand side, the vertical line. This is basically the contracted energy, and this is basically the expanded energy, the expansion of the energy. Or this is the area when basically you evolve, or I should say you are free. Okay. And here the contraction of energy, that is a low energy. It creates a dense matter. So many healers, many people who are clairvoyants, they see some dense energies. If you remember these words, if any of you are healers, you would have noticed these things also. There are some dense clouds always whenever we work with some people, some clients, so these are the dense energies, these are the emotions you see in the scale here. These are the emotions of shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, and so on. These vibrate at such a low level. So the frequency of these is so low. Okay, the energy of these is so low, in fact. And here, at the ultimate consciousness area, this higher energy area, you see these emotions of enlightenment, peace, joy, love. These are what are predominant. A person who practices these emotions on the upper scale of this graph, that person will have, you know almost free of diseases, I can say. Yes, diseases do exist at different level too, but let us stick to the physical diseases more or less here. So these emotions can manifest to diseases. Okay, so the lower energy emotions do manifest as problems in the body. If we are aware of these things, we will be aware of our company. You know what I mean by company? Our friend circle, our surroundings. We can always do something to get rid of these low energy emotions, or people also call it low vibes. I'm getting low vibes from such person, I'm getting high vibes. When I sit with this person, I get good vibes. So a very a simple example is fear. Fear, the emotion, has a low frequency. Okay, and this diagram basically represents these circular rings represent DNA, our DNA. Okay, so basically, if fear has a low frequency, it also has long wavelength. Basically, in physics we have a formula which is energy is hc by lambda, or h nu is your frequency. So you see here, if the low frequency signal is predominant in a person who is fearful always, he is going to have a longer wavelength of that signal. Longer wavelength actually means this is the signal we are talking about, say signal of fear. So you see, fear is intersecting at very less number of points on the DNA. If you understand this, fear, okay, let me complete the love, then it will be easier for us to understand. On the other hand, love provides a higher frequency to us, that is a higher frequency signal, high vibe, and then it provides a short wavelength. Shorter wavelength actually, if you see as a signal, it intersects as at more number of points compared to what fear does. So what is it doing here? The person who is fearful and the person who is loved or loves, so there is a lot of difference in the kind of learning that person will be taking, in kind of the energy that person will be taking, and in kind of the learnings what that person will be taking. Is that clear? So, but unfortunately, unfortunately, we people are so stressed in our lives that we are more or less always vibrating with these frequencies, fear frequencies. Okay, we are, we people do not pay attention to these things, many of us, not all, that fear is basically ruining our learning in the life. So what is happening? It creates denser energy in the body, it creates issues in the body. So role of frequencies, again talking about what is the role of frequencies. We people are chakra system is so close to our heart. I am very sure each and every one of you must be knowing about seven chakras. So each and every chakra has a specific frequency associated to it. Okay, we'll get back to this very shortly, by the way, you will enjoy this. Each and every chakra in our body is specifically vibrating at a specific frequency. So you can also this is a popular set of frequency, solfeggio frequencies. There are total of 9 frequencies. You see, these are all the frequencies which are participating here. Few of them are participating here in the uh, chakras. So all the 7 chakras from the root to crown chakra, we have some specific frequency. So that we'll get back to this. Now, this is my most beautiful example of telling how the frequencies actually affect us. So all of you are very intelligent people, and I'm definitely sure you all know that uh, we are made up of water. How much? Approximately 70% of water. You people, I hope you know the amount of water we people contain. So if how many of us take care of drinking water? Again, we'll get back to this point when I proceed further. It's very interesting to understand this. Dr. Masaru Emoto, he's a Japanese scientist. He has extensively worked in this field. What he has done is he has imprinted words, frequencies. Word is basically frequency. If we have any specific word, we say thank you to someone. I say thank you, I'm grateful to you, my gratitude to you. These words, something like, they were spoken onto the water molecules, and then those water molecules were frozen. They were frozen in the refrigerator, and with his high-tech cameras inside the freezer, he has taken down the snapshots of these water molecules. So that is so beautiful to see. Please have a look at the images. Thank you, wisdom, truth, eternal, angel, I love you, peace. you know Beyond these words, you fool, you make me sick, all these are negative emotions. And the last one, you see, polluted water after offering prayers. So how beautiful these structures are in the first two rows, especially the the first 7 images. These are perfectly symmetric crystals. If you see, for every specific frequency of the word, the crystals design has changed. The molecular structure of the water has changed. Did you notice? So what does it tell you? What does it tell you basically, if I may ask? Basically, it is water has a memory. If water has memory, then why do you give it bad signals? Why do you give it bad frequencies at all? What if we are able to imprint good frequencies onto this water and drink that water? Life is all symmetry. Universe is full of symmetries. So if there is symmetry found anywhere, that is healing to us. If it symmetry found, then it is beneficial to us. Okay. And you see in the other structures, so these frequencies are not conducive to us. If you drink such water, it is going to bring the same chaos inside our body. So I do work with the water also. I do work with this, but I do not have this tech right now to find out what is happening exactly to the water when we uh, add frequencies to the water. But definitely I'll be working on this very soon. So let me take you to very basic concept. It is the concept of entrainment. It is a very good concept, very important concept for us to understand. uh, you know there are two tuning forks. You can also say that the previous slide I showed you, the water slide, there, this is the process of entrainment, we call it. How does it happen basically? Consider two tuning forks. One is tuning fork A, other one is tuning fork B. Tuning fork B is resonating with sympathetic vibrations when tuning fork A resonates around it. You see, this is a dark blue shade and this is a light blue shade. Okay, I will get back to this concept when we talk about the accessories of the Spooky2. So here the right hand side tuning fork is vibrating at a very low frequency, and this one, the tuning fork A, is vibrating at a very high frequency. So this is something like, you can say, a person with a high vibe. That person has a good aura. He is vibrating at a very high frequency. And here this person has a low frequency. So what is happening is when tuning fork A resonating at a higher frequency comes closer to this tuning fork B, this tuning fork which is vibrating at a low vibration. So after some time in presence in the vicinity of tuning fork A, tuning fork B is going to pick up its vibrations. Dead coming alive. That is the beautiful statement I can give you so that it makes sense to you. So if this tuning fork is vibrating at a low amplitude, suddenly you will see after some time this also starts vibrating. So this is one way you can call it the process of resonance, you can call it entrainment. So what is happening is this tuning fork is trying to raise its vibration. That is the process we need to understand. Okay, so in this case, tuning fork A, you can call it as our spooky product. I will discuss specific mode later, but in general, that is good to understand. Say tuning fork A is our Spooky2 product, and tuning fork B is our body, the body which is ailing, ailing with some issues. So now, most important thing we have to understand. Okay, fine. We are talking about frequencies. Okay, good, very good. So how do I know which frequencies I need? Which frequencies my body need? You know. So how do we find that frequency, and how do we target that frequency? Which all modes? What all we can do to target these frequencies? You know. So to improve our health, ultimately we need to know these frequencies. We need to know what my body needs. Have you people noticed? That's another beautiful example I give. Have you people noticed that you, every one of you, each one of you resonate at a different song? You listen to any song, and perhaps one song for you is very appealing, highly appealing, and for me it is annoying. You know, you getting the point? So that is what I'm trying to bring here. That is the role of frequency. Our electromagnetic spectrum, we are all electromagnetic beings, we are all electromagnetic bodies, we are moving electromagnetic generators. So we generate, we receive the signals, and whatever is not conducive to us, we throw it out. Okay, so we are basically we need frequencies, we generate frequencies, whatever you want to understand. That is the truth of life. When frequency research come up, all must be knowing about the famous scientist Royal Raymond Rife. So basically his main work was he destroyed several cancer cells, and he was very popular at that time. And of course, obviously, anyone who is working in this field, he has to face lots of hardships. So he also faced a lots of criticism, and but he kept on working. So his work is the pioneer work in this field, and uh, he has destroyed cancer cells, and he has, at that point of time, he had, he had to find the right frequency. That was a big task at that time. So he had to find the right frequency and then destroy the cells and then monitor the cells. Monitoring itself was a big task at that time, because microscopes and that microscopes is not an easy job to make optical microscopes. But that is why he is so famous. He has done a lot of frequency based research, and he's a role model, I should say. And we continue upon his work. So basically what is happening here, so this is just as famous, just some interesting pick I wanted to share here. Basically this is in one term, it is called resonance based shattering. So you see here, the singer here is generating some set of frequencies. I do not know what is that frequency, which is matching exactly with the frequency of glass, this particular glass. And then obviously frequency amplitude both have matched, and then you see the glass gets destroyed. The glass gets ruptured completely. It shatters. Okay. So please get the point very clear. When I have to generate any frequencies, see, I'm touching my throat here. I can modulate my frequencies, isn't it? I can modulate my frequencies. I'm a good singer, by the way, but I will not sing here. So I have to modulate my frequency. Then I can reach some particular frequency, of course, in I'm talking about audible range. So we match specific frequency, we shatter the material. So that is the basic concept on which Spooky2 is based. Basically, this is the frequency based research. Welcome to you all. uh, Getting into the Spooky2 now. So basic principle of Spooky2. What is the basic principle? The basic principle of Spooky2 is that every living thing vibrates at a specific frequency. Is that clear? Everything vibrates at a specific frequency or some sets of frequencies. It is not just maybe one frequency, that is a general definition, but overall, if you're talking about any organism, any germs, any viruses you are trying to tackle, so there can be a set of frequencies which you need to take care of to be able to shatter that particular virus. Okay, because viruses also mutate. There can be one virus within the other virus. Every virus has a specific frequency. So if you have two or three viruses built into one, then you will be targeting those many n number of frequencies. Is that clear? So that is very simple to understand. Everything vibrates at some specific frequency. Matching this frequency can destroy the living thing. Now we can identify that frequency and bring it into our body to allow the killing or healing to start. So just 1 minute, let me, yeah, yeah, so let me continue. So we can identify that frequency, bring it to our body, and it will allow the killing or healing to start. So the most popular and most advanced Rife machine we have is Spooky2, and there is a lot to learn in Spooky2. What does it do basically? Why Spooky2 is such a popular modality? I will call it modality. It is, it is a combined package of everything you want to tackle in your life. Everything, starting from you want to kill pathogens, viruses, bacteria, fungi, mold, name it. It transports healing energy to the body. You can perform biofeedback scan. Okay. That biofeedback scan is basically the process to find out what frequencies your body needs. Then you can detox your body. People pay, how many dollars? For me, it is Indian rupees. How much we people pay for having a, detox program. You people know that. I don't need to tell you about that. How much money we guys spend on these things. So detox is easily possible with Spooky2. Easily is possible. My favorite one. It makes high quality colloidal silver. It makes a high quality colloidal silver. You people must be knowing about colloidal silver, or if you have you ask me, I'll tell later when I'm discussing about the colloidal silver kit. So then, now have you imagined the Spooky2 can also do environmental healing? How cool is that? You take the leaf of a plant, okay, a plant which has some diseases, and there are some presets, there are some modes in Spooky2 software which run specifically for this environmental healing, pollution or whatever. I think there are few modes in Spooky2 software which do this job. So healing your plants, yes, it is possible. Healing your pets, yes, it is possible. And then there is a Spooky2 radionics too, which I have not discussed in this presentation because it is already going to be quite long. So you can create custom remedies, you can copy copy the remedies into some medium using the radionics, Spooky2 radionics too, and many more. You have scalar also. So the components of Spooky2, basically, what is basically Spooky2? Let me tell you very clearly. The main parts of the Spooky2 are, first one is it's a free software. Okay, so the main point about Spooky2 is the software is so beautifully designed by John White and team. And we go to any other healing devices or many other places, I've heard, I need not name any of those, but we got to pay for the frequencies. Per frequency we people have to pay some amount. Can you imagine the Spooky2 software? It is free for us, it is free for everyone, it is just open source software in which there are nearly 63,000 frequencies. Can you imagine how big that number is? 63,000 frequencies or programs. When I mean program, I'm talking about a set of frequencies. Okay, that is what is a program. Please get used to that term. Program means a set of frequencies. In, say, I'm tackling a cold program, so there could be some 6 or 7 frequencies built into one program. So in total there are 63,000 such programs of frequencies which are constantly updated. Please mark my words, constantly updated. So these frequencies are updated regularly, and this is not, once it is done, because please understand, viruses, these problems, these germs, these also mutate. Okay, there can be some difference in the frequency. We'll learn that shortly. We learn what I'm talking about, the change in frequency. Now one component is it has a software which is free for us. Second component is frequency generators. There are the two state of art, I should say, the two main generators which actually generate the frequencies what we are going to learn, what we are going to work with. Okay, so these are the generators. The first generator is called the XM generator. That is the first generator launched by the Spooky group. And the second one, the generator which is the state of art, we will be discussing today what is the difference between these two. That is called your generator X. There's the second generator is the most powerful Rife machine you have. Then once you have the software, once you have the generator, then next is, how do you transmit these frequencies to my body, to your body? There are different modes of transmission. There are contact mode, remote mode, plasma mode, scalar mode, PEMF coil, audio mode, cold laser mode. So we will discuss this as and when I discuss the every kit. Okay, so there I can give you a brief about these different modes. So these are the ways in which you are able to transfer the frequencies to your body. So what is the beauty of the Spooky2 software? It is free to download, free to use, and preferably it works very well on Windows 7. Why I'm saying preferably Windows 7? Because I am even the moderator of Spooky2 Facebook group. So a few people are facing problem with Windows 10. So it is I suggest you people to use Windows 7 if you are not technically very sound. But don't worry, we are always there to help you. We have a very good forum, we have a very good Facebook group, so people are always guided, they get help from the group. And preferably it works very well on Microsoft Windows. So if you have a Mac, you will need to install Windows for the Mac. Okay, so in the beginning, we at the very basic level, we only need to understand 3 tabs. These 3 tabs are the tabs in the software. So I think there is generator X instructions I will be giving with few examples. So there you will understand how to use the generator X. So there I will discuss these tabs. So there are 3 tabs. One is the preset tab, one is the program tab, and one is the control tab from where you launch the Spooky programs. Okay. Then uh, we load the Spooky2 software into the Spooky2 generator. Basically, all the settings you are going to save into the Spooky2 generator through the Spooky2 software. So whatever you wish to do, those commands are sent from the software and saved into the Spooky2 generator, and then Spooky2 generator works. Fine. So that is how in general it starts. Now, once the Spooky2 generator is loaded, then we connect it. When we connect the Spooky2 generator and our mode of transmission, which in the previous slide we learned contact mode and different modes, and then we are good to go. We just need to enjoy the rifling experience. This is in general about the Spooky2 software. Let me take you to the Spooky2 generators. So Spooky2 generators are the heart of our Spooky2 technology. So what about these generators? As I said, the XM generator is the blue one. This is the cheapest of the generators we have, and this is a very my favorite one of my favorite generators. I keep playing around with the manual mode here, and it is inexpensive generator XM, and it is good for most of the things, but it does offer slower biofeedback scan, around 45 minutes or so, maybe 1 hour. So it allows a slower biofeedback scan, and it has a shorter bandwidth that is up to 5 megahertz. And it needs to be connected to the laptop, it needs to be connected to a desktop, then it works. So this is just basic about the XM generator. And you see here you have output port 1, 2. So these can be manually operated too here, but you need to know how to use this manual operation. That could be in one of my further webinars. The second generator, which is the latest one, and this is the most preferred generator by almost everyone these days. This is our uh, what is okay, can we have the question later, Alenka? Or so the silver generator, that is generator X, which is a two-in-one generator. It offers a faster, much faster, fast biofeedback scan of 6 minutes. That is the beauty of this generator. And it can be programmed and detached from computer. It can run standalone. Of course, you have to copy the programs into the generator X. Then it can run up to 30 programs, and it offers a much higher bandwidth of 40 megahertz. Just 1 minute. Let me see if there is any question. Okay, I'll continue. So it offers around 40 megahertz higher frequency. That is a higher limit of the frequency. Now, both are very capable generators, and they both run the Spooky2 presets for plasma, contact, all the different modes what we have discussed earlier. So both the generators do a very good job. They can also reach all the frequencies that are in the Spooky2 database, of course. Then XM generator has a very long history and reliability and performance. Usually people who are getting started with this technology, they buy XM generator, and it is easy to create a multi-generator setup at a minimum cost. So I'll be discussing what are the cost of the kits also. But GX generator X was developed to have more features like a high frequency range, modulation, high speed. So few of these topics are advanced, so I need not discuss these topics here, so that it does not confuse you. But GX was developed for a higher frequency operation in general and a very fast biofeedback scan, plus the standalone operation. These three are the hallmark of the generator X. And if you do not need the additional features of GX as well, you could opt for the XM generator. That is the lowest generator you can buy. So this is just a table describing their differences. So frequency range is higher. Biofeedback scan in the Spooky2 XM generator is done using Spooky Pulse. I will be showing what is Spooky Pulse very shortly. And in Spooky2 generator X, you can do biofeedback, includes the current and phase angle. All these are basic settings of the generator X that we'll discuss when we get into the generators. And yes, Spooky generator X can be run in the standalone mode. So let me go quickly to the accessories of the Spooky2. Without understanding the accessories, it will be difficult to uh, uh, understand what is the working of Spooky2. So the Spooky2 Pulse ear clip option, this particular gadget I should call, basically you see here in the diagram, this is the ear clip. The cost of this ear clip is only $3, and this ear clip you have to clip it here. Okay, clip it here, and then below diagram shows you how the connections are made. So I will be discussing each and every part, so don't worry if you get lost anywhere. I'll be teaching you what each and every part does. So basically what is happening here, you see there is a USB cable coming out from the laptop. This USB cable goes to the Spooky Pulse. Okay, this is your Spooky Pulse, and to the Spooky Pulse you connect the ear clip option, and that ear clip goes to your ear. Fine. And here these are the contact pads. These contact pads you have to put over your body, and then you start the software and start working with it. We'll discuss about the software very shortly. So this is how you connect your ear clip option, and then the Spooky Pulse takes the reading of your heartbeat. Okay, and is the frequency generated by the frequency generator conducive to your body or not. So a record of those frequencies which are found conducive for your body, which are needed in your body, will be given as a separate result page. Okay, so you can see the biofeedback results by using this ear clip option. This is the cheapest of all, I can tell you, and it's a very powerful accessory. I have started using this. This was my first one, I should say, in fact. So what is the next one? This is your finger clip option. This is your finger clip option. So if ear clip is not suitable for you, then you can use the finger clip. So what you have to do is, connections are the same. I again have the USB connection which goes to the Spooky Pulse, and again this particular 3.5 mm jack goes into the Spooky Pulse, and then this finger clip goes to my finger, any finger here. So the clip goes like this. That is how the scan is taken. So it uses a comfortable silicone finger clip to record your pulse rate during a frequency scan. So so what basically is happening in the Spooky Pulse, that the software generates a set of frequencies. There is a x1 and x2 frequencies, lower and higher limit of the frequencies. Those frequencies are generated by the software, and that command goes to the frequency generator. Frequency generator sends those frequencies to these pads which are stuck to your body, and then these signals, when they reach your body, give a response to your heartbeat. Your heartbeat responds, in fact, and that heartbeat response is captured by the finger clip. That is what is done basically in the entire process. So basically, uh, to be able to run biofeedback scan using the XM generator, you need these pulse, Spooky2 pulse, finger clip option, ear clip option. These are for your XM generator. So the Spooky2 pulse finger clip, the combined package with pulse is $58. Now, I showed in the previous slide, these are the contact pads, right? So there are, some people are not very comfortable, with that kind of contact pad. Those contact pads actually stick to your body, those are the tense pad. So what is done here, we have compiled a very good package of these pads. You see how beautiful these packs are. Silver impregnated gloves and socks for easy long duration treatments, knee, elbow and wristbands for treating joint and tendons. So people who wish to run programs throughout the night and not comfortable with those kinds of pads which are sticking, then you can as well wear wristbands, elbow bands, knee bands, gloves, socks. So there is a combined package you people can buy. This is nearly $36. So this contains these many. I don't. You can check out how many pairs are available. So this is a very convenient mode to provide Rife frequencies in the contact mode. Contact mode. Another very powerful way to provide signal to your body is by using the cylinders. These are the stainless steel cylinders. Okay. So basically these hand cylinders, you have to hold these cylinders here while scanning or while, receiving the signals, frequency signals to your body. You can hold these cylinders. Fine. So not every person likes to hold this cylinder for a long time, but few people, who are looking for lesser treatment time, then it is very convenient for them. And because this is a metallic cylinder, so signals transfer to your body very well. Okay, so these are stainless steel cylinders used for both regular contact mode and for foot bath. Yeah, this is something very interesting for you all. Just imagine your how much you people pay in the, for foot detox, foot bath. So everything is available in Spooky2. You can put these cylinders instead of the contact pads. You can connect these cylinders and then drop them into buckets of water with any essential oil or whatever you wish to add. So you drop, of course they should not be shorting. You have both the legs in different buckets, one on the right, one on the left, and then you drop these cylinders there. You can have a beautiful foot massage. I had it. I love it. So you can use these cylinders even for that purpose. And yeah, this is a very high quality stainless steel, so it does avoid using metal poisoning from a low grade material. We can connect directly to the Spooky through Spooky2 boost. I will be telling what is Spooky2 boost. If lesser power is required, you can even connect directly. Okay, so the cost is $25 for this. Then these are the pads we were discussing. So this is your approximately $9 for 20 pairs. Okay, 20 pairs of these. So the diameter of this is just 5 centimeter. It is a small one. And the plug here, this is 2 mm plug. And trust me, the adhesive lasts very long. So, it depends on the temperature also of your country. So it does last a very long time. So there is no problem. And these are newly developed carbon film. These with extremely low impedance. Of course, low impedance means it transfers a higher current to your body. So that is very very efficient mode of sending Rife signal to your body. So I suggest using even the tense pad. Now, what is the Spooky2 boost? As I showed in the earlier image, basically the Spooky2 boost is a general companion we people always use. It boosts the signal of the from coming from the hardware, which is your Spooky2 generator. So the cost of this boost is basically $18. You see, there are so many ports here written. There are so many BNC ports. These are called your BNC connectors. And this is the high power contact mode. So people who are very comfortable with receiving higher signal, they can use the high power contact. And if people find that there are few issues occurring because of the usage of high voltage, basically you can opt for colloidal silver port, which is a lower voltage port. So there the sensation of the signal will be lesser to you. Now please again remember, as I'm saying, we all are electromagnetic beings. So our body resistance is different, so every body is different. Some people respond with little higher voltage more easily than other people. So there is no rule of thumb when you are learning the technology. The only rule of thumb you people can be sure of is your body response. You people can monitor the body, your body, and then you know what is happening to your body. Accordingly you can speed up, you can increase the voltage or whatever. But I suggest staying with the protocol. That should be sufficient for each and everyone present here. So what is basically doing boosted power for either Spooky2 remotes, contact mode, or PEMF coil operation? So basically it is a power booster. Okay, it provides also the regular sockets for lower power usage. It does provide colloidal silver port for making top grade colloidal silver. So that is my favorite one too, colloidal silver. Now you can make a very high quality, even better than most of the commercial products available, and you can use this for safe extended period contact mode treatments. So that is what basically you always use this amplifier, you always use Spooky to boost. That is my preference. Now what is the remote mode? Now this is the heart of uh, you know this is the most preferred mode of sending the transmission. The you know is the most popular transmission mode used by many of us. So this is your Spooky 2 mode, that is called the remote mode. Basically it is based on the concept of quantum entanglement. That is a physics principle wherein you can apply the healing frequencies to the body at any distance. So basically what we do here, it was a common statement from Einstein, that spooky action at a distance. Einstein also noticed this phenomena. And what is basically happening is this particular, let me tell you how to use it. First of all, this particular point you see, okay, this is your male BNC connector. This goes into the female BNC connector on the Spooky 2 boost, this one. Okay, so we connected to the boost. Here this connection is made, and now where you see the hands here and the empty area within, basically there are two coils, one is above, one is below. You are just supposed to keep your nails, you are just supposed to keep your DNA samples inside this remote. Okay, as the correct mode remote, there is a wireless transmission. That is the beauty of understanding it. That is so simple to understand. Now you may ask, how many DNA samples you can keep here? So first of all, let me tell you, you can put your nail, you can put your hair. Okay, so these solid matter you can put inside. And when you purchase the Spooky 2 generators, when you purchase this stuff in the kit itself, you get very circular shaped stickers. The team has made a very good package of the entire thing, so that we don't need to bother about what is where. So you get the stickers, so you have to just place your DNA sample inside this and put that DNA sample in the white area here. Okay, now how many you can put? You can put around 50. If I'm not wrong, you can put around 50 DNA samples. Just only thing you have to take care is they should not be touching each other, which is automatically avoided when you add papers, isn't it? When you add stickers, they are automatically separated from each other. So once you have the samples done, you can close the remote, and then you are ready to go. Please see here, in the image, there are two small LEDs. Please pay attention to this concept right now, because this confuses many people. You know, there is actually no confusion. So, are these LEDs glow when the Spooky2 generator, when the Spooky2 software has sent a signal to the remote? Is that clear? So once the LEDs are blinking, you know that the frequencies have been sent out to you, sent out as the for the transmission. Okay. So the speed of the LEDs depends on the kind of frequency you are generating, kind of frequency you are transmitting through. Is that fine? So for our visible eyes, for our eyes, the frequencies which are easily visible are around maybe 2 to 5 hertz. So don't bother if you are not able to see these frequencies blinking, because at very high frequencies it becomes very difficult for our eyes to perceive if the signal is getting transmitted or not. So what you can do is you can check. uh, there is something called the Spooky team has beautifully made up special preset for people who are willing to check if the Spooky remote is working or not. So there is a separate preset which you can run, and that preset, when you run, will start blinking the LEDs, you know. So that blinking of LED is so slow that you will be able to see if the remote is working or not. Usually you don't have to worry about this. This is already working. Okay, when you purchase, the Spooky2 team checks everything and dispatches then only, so you don't have to worry. You have to buy this one separately. If you buy, the cost is $48. So advantages are, it can be used for sending the healing or the killing signals. There is no fatigue during the long term use. That is a very important point actually, because the Spooky2 remote, you can, you know, by default it works at a lower voltage, 5 volts or so. So there is no fatigue. So you can use it for much longer time. People use it for days or months also altogether. So there is no issue with using it for long time at all. You can place the DNA anywhere inside, and you can have a better frequency response. You There is protection against the sharp edges, and it's silent. There is no noise. Literally, there is no noise anywhere. Yes, you can use the Spooky remote at one time for many number of clients, but the same signals will be going to each and every client. Okay. Now, this is another state of art device or accessory what Spooky2 team has generated, and really I appreciate for this beautiful development by John White and team. This is your Spooky2 sample digitizer. Now, please pay attention. Spooky2 sample digitizer can only be used with generator X. Why? Because of the special fast speed or other features which are needed for sample digitizer. You must be having generator X if you want to use sample digitizer. What does sample digitizer do? Till now what you have seen earlier, you know, ear clip option, pulse option, finger clip option, tense pad. So these are all contact modes of scanning. So you may ask me, do we have to sit for this much time, to be getting the biofeedback scan? Say if you want biofeedback scan to be done for your client who is at distance, what you are going to do? So if you want to have the biofeedback scan done for a client, what do you do? I need a distant scanning. I need to scan the person distantly. How do you do that? First thing, you need the generator X, as I said. Second thing, you need sample digitizer. This is the beautiful digitizer you have. This is $58, and this is the state of art. What it does is, it scans the biological samples. So you need to provide something liquid. Okay. What? Urine sample, saliva, blood. You need to provide this sample, and then it enables you to perform remote biofeedback scans, and you are no more needed to be connected to wires. Okay, but please also remember, depending on the temperature of the country, the samples dry also very fast. So for scanning purpose, absolutely no issue. But if you want to run remote treatment also, which is possible, then you need to be replacing the sample. Okay, so the result of the sample scan is accurate owing to the high ratio of pathogens within the sample. Yeah, that is very important point, because these samples usually contain a lot of pathogens, trust me. So it is better, samples digitizer is better suited than TENS scan, that is your contact scan, for finding pathogens in your body. That is convenient. The sample digitizer is convenient to all. So the basically it has two parts. One is, you see it looks like a remote. This is one part of it. This is one part of the sample digitizer. The other part is the sample digitizer replacement slides, which are disposable. So you see here the slides. So these are your sample digitizer slides, for if you are willing to use slides for different clients, then I would recommend to use a single slide for one particular client, and then please keep cleaning with alcohol, because you are dealing with pathogens now, so we cannot take any chances. So please clean it up with alcohol, and for a single client, for the same client, you should be using the same set of digitizer slides. Okay, so this is slide cost is $10 for a pair of 5 slides. Herein, I have shown how to use your sample here. You see a E alphabet here. So you have to place the sample here. Say urine sample is placed here, and then you put the slide over each other such that E of both the sides are facing each other. These are just the two slides I have shown, but on the other side of this slide also there is an E. So you have to put E over each other, and then you clip these two into the digitizer as shown here. So there are two clips here, here. So once they clamp together, you will get a sound. It is very easily noticeable that the sample has been fixed properly. So this is the most beautiful, my favorite one, mode of scanning. Now, another beauty of the Spooky2 is it does offer cold laser. Okay, it does offer cold laser. What is a cold laser technology? Cold laser technology is a very popular technology when you have to handle, the skin issues, which where the signal need not penetrate much deeper into the skin. Those areas are very well tackled, and by the cold laser. Cold laser is just the name given to the laser, basically, because it is not producing much heat in the area, localized area. That is why we call it cold laser. And then Spooky2 does offer a very good twin laser system. I have the two pairs. One is this particular one, which is written here, $20. There you see there are two lasers here. So I have shown here in the image, you can insert these two lasers. It does have silicon cap, so don't worry about the contamination. So you can clean these silicon caps. You can put the silicon caps and then insert these two laser into your nose, into your ears. So these can be inserted easily, and then you can provide the signal to your body so easily. And you see directly you can connect this to the generator, and then the laser goes inside the area where you need the healing. So this is just one mode, that is your twin mode laser. So here you get two lasers basically. And what is the beauty of this treatment? It offers a very sharp, because it is laser, it offers a almost 650 nanometers. If you read any book on the laser therapy, light therapy, you will find 650 nanometer is the magical uh, wavelength which people have used and got miraculous results. This is the laser at such a fraction of cost. If you go to any parlor, anywhere you want this treatment done, they are going to charge you a lot of amount. And trust me, it is indeed very beautiful mode of healing. I really prefer this. So basically, this particular wavelength absorbed by the cells allows each cell to normalize. Hanley, you have any doubt? Okay, you want me to answer right now? What does it stand for, spooky? Okay, that's a good question. So spooky is basically, uh, it's just a simple English word. That there is a randomness of the things. So spooky is just the term picked up from Einstein's statement. So there is some spooky action. There is something happening at the end. Okay, so let us continue with the technical details here. So basically, this particular wavelength allows the cells to normalize, which increases the intracellular metabolism, which results in the reduction of pain, inflammation, edema, and reduced healing time. Photons absorbed by the cells through this therapy stimulate mitochondria to accelerate production of ATP. This biochemical increase in cell energy is used to transform live cells from a state of illness to a stable, healthy state. Okay, so this is very, very powerful. The another cold laser attachment what Spooky2 offers is the cold laser wrist. Now, this is my favorite one because this is a watch basically. One way there is a strap around it. The cost is $28. There is a strap around it, and behind this simple looking gadget, there are 5 lasers attached. So what you can do is you can put it to your wrist and connect this wire, this BNC connector to your Spooky2 generator, XM generator or generator X, and then enjoy the laser therapy at home. So basically there are 5 milliwatt 650 nanometer lasers which provide healing frequencies directly to your blood. So there is not much current involved here. These are technical specifications. If anybody is interested, you can read. But there is no current, so there is no worry of anything here. So it is as simple as using just flashing the diode laser onto your body. It is very, very simple. So even you people, I even earlier posted some video where I charge my water with the cold laser. That is such a beautiful thing. You can use laser to entrain your water, as I discussed earlier about the water. So you just put laser here on top of this, and then you can send frequencies to the water, and that water you can drink. So the water also gets energized with the frequency. Now, another most powerful technology, powerful mode of transmission is your PEMF coil, which is pulse electromagnetic field, a PEMF coil. And so this coil basically it's just $20. And this coil you connect directly to the Spooky2 generator. Yeah, we directly connect this coil to the Spooky2 generator, and then this PEMF coil is used to entrain. So similarly, as I showed just now, you can use water, you can put this PMF coil here, and then it will generate pulse electromagnetic field into the water, and then you can drink that water. And you can put, like the cold laser, you can put the PMF coil over the area where you need healing, and then the PMF coil can start providing healing to your body. And it is very, very convenient mode of sending signal. Okay, so this is ideal for frequency imprinting. We also call it imprinting, yes. And then it is a very effective mode when you have to uh, handle a localized problem. If I know there is some muscle pull, so I can just put the coil there, and then I can start healing it. So it is that simple. Now I come to the colloidal silver kit, which I've been mentioning some time back. So you can make your nanoparticle colloidal silver that is fresher and of higher quality than most of the commercial products. I do recommend buying this colloidal silver kit because I have made a lot of colloidal silver at my home. So basically what you do in this colloidal silver is, in the Spooky2 software, you have options of directly starting the colloidal silver production. Okay, so how do you use it, how it is done, and all that is a part of different webinar. But as a rule of thumb, a simple information I can give you is, it is very, very simple. You just need to connect. See, you see in the diagram here, this kit is $40 and it comes with a power supply, and this is your magnetic stirrer. This is your magnetic stirrer, and there is a knob in which you can control the stirring speed. So that is the revolutions per minute. So you can control the speed. It's like a fan regulator. So you can just control the speed, and then you will have a beautiful highly energized colloidal silver ready for the use. And depending on uh, depending on the time, you can make different ppm of the colloidal silver. And then the general ppm what we people drink is 10 ppm. 10 ppm is good enough, 10 to 15 is good enough for us. So this is just the bnc connector which is connected to the Spooky2 generator, and these two alligator clips you see here, these go to the silver rods, and these silver rods go inside the container where the water is there, distilled water or high purity water. There you start making the colloidal silver. It is very simple to make. So when you purchase this kit, you get this highly pure 99.99% pure silver rods, which last for a long time. Trust me, this does last for a long time. Now getting to the uh, heart of the Spooky2 products, these are your Spooky2 kits. So learning about the accessories, yes, accessories are very important. Accessories you have to understand if you want to start working with Spooky2. But if you have to buy Spooky2 products, I suggest buying the kits directly, because that is what most of us have done. We buy the kits, so need not buy everything separately. So you just buy the kits, and then the job is done. You just need to learn how to connect, how to get started with the with using the Spooky2 products. But first of all, let me address a very important issue, a very important concept you people must understand if you are planning to buy. Why do you need multiple generators? Why do you need multiple generators to address few issues? uh, if you people have to address serious issues, serious diseases like cancer, Lyme, and morgellons, you must use multiple generators. What do I mean by that? While treating cancer, just for an example I'm showing here, while treating cancer, it is not simply a matter of killing cancer cells. You just kill the cancer cells, then there is much more to that, much more. Cancer cells produce many poisonous byproducts as they furiously reproduce. When you can kill a cancer cell, it is likely to rupture and release toxic contents. So, depending on the extent of cancer, whether it is stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and the rate at which you kill it, what speed we are killing the cancer, you are going to have countless dead cancer cells in your body, all of them leaking poison. Okay, so while our healthy cells are constantly dying and being replaced, these are not filled with toxins. Now, this statement is about the healthy people, not the people who have cancer. So, the healthy people, in the healthy people, these dying cells are not filled with toxins, and they are not dying all together at the same time. So the body can handle that situation. So for us, normally also, the body is able to handle the situation of dying. But what about a person who has cancer? That poor person, his body is not prepared to handle that, exiting of the material from the body, the dead bodies. So what do you do? His body has been weakened. So what is done is, in such case, another generator is needed to address the problem of managing the pain of cancer without further poisoning the body. So if you have multiple generators in general, as a rule of thumb, so in generators, what I can do is I can dedicate, Spooky XM generator is a generator which offers two output ports. Your generator X offers four output ports. So if you buy two generator X, you are basically buying four generators one way. Four modes you can add. So four remotes you can add. So that is the beauty of buying more generators. So what you can do is you can dedicate one generator for killing purpose. So the cancer cells are killed. Other one you can add for detoxification, detoxification of the body. So what is happening is the person is able to release the toxins easily. Fine. The other one you can address for healing. You can parallelly heal the person also, so that he does not feel the pain. He's at ease. So that is the beauty of using multiple generators. It will do the process faster for you, and it will be easy for the client also. Okay. Now let me quickly go to the different kits available to us. The first one is your portable starter kit. Now this is something very this is just the beginning kit you can have. That is the minimum you can have with you. So this is a $346 kit which contains your generator, which is the XM generator. It is the older generator. It contains your hand cylinders, boost, connecting wires. It contains finger clip, BNC connector for the tense pad basically. And then it has twin lasers, both the modes. It has tense pads. It has your remote, and it has your pulse. Okay, this is Spooky2 pulse. So these all systems, this is the beginner kit to start experiencing the frequencies. It offers body system detox, cold, diabetes, insomnia, migraine, anxiety. You can provide Schumann resonance to the person, boosting energy, killing molds, etc. This is the basic kit you can purchase, or this is the beginner kit, I can say. Okay. So basically the portable essential kit, that is the next kit, which is basically double of the previous one. So it offers two generators, and then it offers two remotes, and the cost is your $517. And basically it is used to do the killing and detox at the same time. So this is the minimum kit you need to be able to do the killing and detox at the same time. So you need this kit at least. So basically one generator is used for killing pathogens, and the result would be toxic debris from the destroyed microbes. The other generator is running various detox programs which can detoxify the lymph system, etc. So that is the use of this Spooky2 portable essential kit. And the very powerful kit, which includes the generator X, is the portable generator X essential kit. Herein you get one generator X, you get a sample digitizer. I'm just telling you what is new. Okay, so what is new here is generator X. You have PEMF coil here, you have sample digitizer, and then two remotes, because you have two generators here, so you can add two remotes. And then you have your cold laser. All these things are common. Generator X is, as I said earlier, can run up to 40 megahertz with any waveform. Waveform stuff is, this has to do with the way the signal has been transferred to your body. So that we can discuss in one of the later webinars. So this kit is your $924 kit. This is a powerful kit. Okay, so this also can do the, what do you call it, killing and detox at the same time, because there are two generators. So we prefer actually generator X because of its new features. Then you have the most powerful killing machine. This is the Terminator, you can call it. This is a very powerful machine. This is called Central Generator X, Spooky2 Central Generator X kit. uh, there you see, this is the Spooky2 Central machine. This is the one which controls all these, and this is a very, very powerful way of killing. This is the machine you should be aiming for if you have plans for killing cancer and diseases like Lyme and Morgellons. So this is a modern day Rife machine that can apply Rife's original frequencies without a carrier. So this is a very, very powerful mode of killing. You see here, you get two options of tubes. Here the plasma is generated. This is a plasma kit basically. So you have the generators which are sending the signal, and this is the kit. These are the tubes which are basically providing the plasma. So this is basically a plasma machine, so which is used, one of the ways of transferring the signal to your body is in the form of plasma. So this plasma is generated inside the tube, and the client is in the vicinity of this tube, and then the killing is done at a very fast rate. So this is a killing machine. So you get here, you get a PEMF coil. This is your ultrasonic device. This is used to send signals deeper to your body. So this is ultrasonic waves generated, and this is a very, very powerful machine. It does cost 27,239 to $3039, depending on the option you choose, whether you choose the circular tube or the phanatron tube. This is the straight tube. uh, Depending on that, the price changes. So Spooky2 Central basically offers four transmission modes, that is your plasma tube, ultrasonic, PEMF, and contact mode. So this is a very powerful machine. Plasma tube, there are two types of plasma tubes, which is Spooky Phanotron tube, that is the circular one, and you have the straight plasma tube, that is the cylinder one. Both depending on how in which fashion the plasma has been generated. So depending on our need, we can buy a different option, different tube, plasma tube. So the next one is your ultrasonic mode. As sound conducts far better in water and solids than it does in air, our bodies are 70% water, and ultrasonic can literally flood the entire body with the frequencies. Okay, so ultrasonic mode, the small band I showed you, that's very, very powerful. So PEMF, you people already know by now what is the PEMF coil. And contact mode using the Spooky2 Central is quite powerful. There's technical detail involved with it, but you don't need to understand that much. Other than, contact mode is way more powerful in Central, for sure. Okay, so talking about the killing machine, now next is my favorite machine, which is the Spooky2 scalar kit. Is the Spooky2 scalar essential kit, which combines one generator X and two scalar boxes. These are your two boxes when you purchase the kit. So you will be having two scalar boxes here, which in combined together, they make one scalar unit. So both have to be connected in order to be working. So in between these two scalar boxes, basically a scalar field is generated, and we will be seeing shortly what scalar field does. So you have a generator X and you have scalar digitizer, as with your sample digitizer. So this is specifically made for your scalar machine. So what does it do? It provides a full scalar system for the healing scalar energy and the scalar biofeedback scan. So this is a uh, state of art biofeedback scan. Karen, you have any question? 1 minute. Okay. So how do I mute? 1 minute. So what happened? Please type in your question if you have here. I'll answer. So I'll perhaps answer at the later time because uh, let me finish. So basically, scalar is, it is a healing energy. It can what do you call it? It can boost your healing system. It can boost your functioning of the cells. So your body starts healing on its own. So it is a healing modality basically. If you are an healer, you would love this scalar kit. People have even used it for manifestations and many other. If you join the Spooky2 scalar group also, you will see there are so many good experiences people are reporting, especially in terms of sleep disorders, headache, skin problems, anxiety, fatigue, and even parasites. So there are way too many experiences people have observed and reported back to us. And this is just a beautiful machine. I would recommend this machine to all of you. So it is the first scalar treatment device to provide three different modes of transmitting healing scalar wave. So basically pure scalar. Pure scalar mode is if you sit inside between these two boxes, these two suitcases. So here you have the scalar field. So you need not do anything. Just tune it to the scalar field, sit in the scalar field, and it will do the rest. Okay, then you have molecular scalar. You can send the information of any essential oil to your body energetically. Okay, so directly, if you place on the coil here your essential oil, the information of that essential oil, the effects, benefits of the essential oil can be transferred to the body. If anyone has cancer, so you can put the medicine of the cancer on this scalar box, and that medicine will be energetically transferred to the body of the patient who is sitting between the boxes. So that is your molecular scalar mode. Rife scalar mode is using the generator X to do the job. With the scalar field, it will be doing the scanning of your body through this digitizer, through this scalar digitizer, and then the healing frequencies can be sent to you through this mode also. That is the third mode. So this is the only machine available which provides three modes. This is really, really powerful. So this is just a brief about scalar. It when our body is having illness, the body goes down, the energy level of the body goes down. So the Spooky2 scalar can recharge the cells, which gives us much needed energy to feel healthy and energized at physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual level. It is the only device capable of performing scalar biofeedback scans. This is something new. It is the way biofeedback is the way that can listen to your body and discover what frequencies are best suited for you. So I will not go into much details because basic things I've already told you. So what basic protocols we follow when we are using the Spooky2 product? So that was all about some of the products I wanted to discuss. And these are the basic protocols we need to follow when we are doing any rifing. First is called the preparing the body. We have to prepare the body. So how do we do that? We use a detox program. So there is a detox program in Spooky2 which is called Terrain. So this is called a terrain protocol because it systematically cleans out the entire terrain of your body's systems and organs in the right order. So rifing can overload your system with the toxins, as we have discussed earlier, and you will have a much easier time when you properly prepare your body for this. So once you have to start the rifing, you have decided, yes, this is the time for me to take the charge of my health and the health of my loved ones. Then what you have to do is start terrain protocol first. It is a 11-day protocol. 11th day, you have to run terrain protocol and let it clear your body first. So your body has to be clear before we start rifing, because once we do the rifing without detoxing, then again we can have some Herxheimer reaction into our body. Somebody, some any everybody is different, so you can have some headache or something like that. So in order to avoid those things and have an efficient rifing, we should go with detox first, then go for the rifing. So next, after once we have detoxed the system, what next? We have to perform biofeedback scan. So as I explained earlier, what is biofeedback scan? We run the scan using the software and the hardware, and then we save the results of the scan as a program. And at a later time, we can run this program either for killing mode or whatever. By using the killing mode, we can run the we can run the results of the biofeedback scan so easily. Now, another beautiful aspect of the generator X is you have a very convenient way, easy way to learn, easy way to use the rifing is hunt and kill mode. So where were we? We were at, once we do the biofeedback scan, we can save the frequencies result as a program and then run anytime. Okay. The most popular one, the most, adorable one for me is the hunt and kill protocol, in which you can, hunt first. The Spooky2 generator already does that on its own. We just need to understand that it finds the frequencies, and then it runs the frequencies for 30 minutes until there is no hit found. It continues doing that. Okay. So that is how the hunt and kill mode does. And once we save the results as a program, then what we got to do is we need to go to the shell preset. So basically, what is a preset? A preset has the voltages, all the settings ready for you, ready made for you. So you just need to select the shell preset, and then the frequencies in the program tab. You would have saved your program as some name, some XYZ scan, and then you can load that program into this empty shell preset, and which already has the parameters for your remote mode, contact mode. So you just need to select that shell preset, and then which type of preset you want to use. There are killing presets, there are healing presets. So killing is basically, don't get confused, killing is when you want to kill a pathogen. Okay. Something you want, that there is a pathogen associated to that, so you use killing word, killing preset. And when you want to heal, basically you want some body function, something to work better. The healing preset is also the detox, so which is the entrainment process we call it. So that comes under healing preset. So Spooky2 I've already explained what is the remote. It works on the principle of quantum entanglement. So I need not go again here for that. Now this is already we have done. Yeah, this is your generator X. About the generator X, here we are discussing about the hardware, connections, how to run the software, and few operating steps. So this is just to give you a brief feel about how to handle these generators. Anyways, there will be a lot of learning. You will be enjoying the lot of things, how to run these programs and all that. It does give happiness to us when we tackle these things on our own. So basically, it has two generators, the generator 1 and generator 2. So you see here it is written already in the side view, G1 and G2. And every generator has two outputs, out 1, out 2, out 1, out 2. So you can say that, you are buying two XM generators in one. And this is way more powerful than XM generators because it runs up to 40 megahertz. Then also you can run 30 programs in standalone mode, which you cannot do in the XM generator. These are the very few buttons you need to understand, which are very simple. Power button, up down button when you have to scroll the programs. out of the 30 programs, then you have two generators plugs here. These are the small buttons G1 and G2. So you can select the generator, and then with the scroll keys you can select the program and then press run or start button. If you want to loop the programs, that mean you want the same program to run throughout for 2 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, then you can continue this. You can press the loop button. Once you press the loop button, there will be on this LCD screen, there will be some loop, some coil type button will be there, showing two arrows. So you will know that loop is activated. So that is just about hardware. How do you connect it? How do you connect the generator X? You have a 12-volt adapter coming along with the generator X. So this is your adapter. You connect the adapter to the port of the generator X, and then there is another data cable, that is a separate cable for making the USB connection with the laptop or the desktop. So there is the second connector here. Somebody has raised hand. So but let me complete, then I will get back to the question, because there could be some power issue. Please bear with me this time. So there is the USB connector here, and you have, so there basically there are two cables here for the input. One is your USB connector, which goes to the laptop for data connection. One is the power adapter. Okay, then you will have this is just you need to install the Windows software, so that I've already told. So then we connect to the BNC port here. These are the BNC ports. Here we connect the Spooky Boost first, and then to the Spooky Boost, to one generator, say we have connected the contact pads here, and to the other generator we have the remote mode. So what we are doing here is we are using the two function generators of the generator X at the same time for transmitting the signals. So how do we start it? We just short press this key, power button here. We short press this. The moment we press this, you will get the screen on, and here it is written G1 and G2. These are the two generators which are active, and for every generator you see the out 1, out 2, out 1, out 2, and here you have the frequency display. So it is pretty simple. You just need to short press the button, power button, and then we launch the Spooky2 software once we have made the connections. Now, what if this is first time you are going to do this? Then you will get a pop-up about the generators here, because this is the first time, so your computer does not have the drivers for that. So you just have to press yes. Okay, and keep pressing next, next, next. It will install the drivers. You have to accept the agreement here. Keep pressing next. Once you install, it will give you the final window saying that completing the device driver installation wizard, and you see tick marks here. So that means the drivers have been installed. Click the finish button. Then as we see there, G1 and G2, there are ports written here, which is fourth one and fifth one. 4 and 5 is written. So this 4 and 5, uh, these are the port numbers, and you see here when you open the Spooky2 software and go to the control tab, you will find, if the two generators have been recognized, you will find two such icons in the control tab under the generators title. So you will see here two pink icons, 4 and 5 written, and 0%, 0% is written. These are the percentage progress of your program running, frequencies running. So you have two generators. Generator 1 corresponds to port 4, and generator 2 corresponds to port 5, which is written here on the screen. So now once this part is ready, our computer has recognized the generator X properly. Every connection is made. Now we are ready to choose our desired presets for generators. So in the example here, what I'm going to show you in few slides, I have shown here the generator X is using port 4 and connects a pair of tense pad contact mode. Okay, that I showed in the previous slide. One of the generator, let us take it as generator 1. You want contact mode to be there. You want tense pad. You want the direct application on the body. Then generator 2, you want the Spooky2 remote to be there. Now we should use contact preset for port 4 or the generator 1. Please pay attention to this point. Because you are using contact mode, now I need to use the contact preset. And for generator 2 or the port 5, I need to use the remote preset. Okay, that is the whole and sole reason why presets have been made, for for you to easily use the software. Then for example, we want to treat cold, anybody has cold, we want to treat that issue, we can use generator 1 to run cold programs and generator 2 to run detox programs. Okay, so for running the contact mode, you need to go to the presets tab. As I discussed earlier, there are three presets, common presets for us, three presets. So we go to this tab, then go to the shell preset, and then go to the contact mode. So we get this window open, this menu. So in this menu, we select killing CJW. JW stands for John White, and C stands for contact mode. Please pay attention. This is C, because we have gone inside the contact folder. Okay, so we have the killing preset. We have to select. We select the killing preset. Then we go to the program tab. You see, program tab is bold now. We go to the program tab next, which is next to the preset tab. Then we search in this box for cold. You get a set of programs. There are so many programs. So let us say we are selecting some XYZ programs, say 2 programs we have selected here. So once we select it, either you press single click here and press the plus button. So it will go down into the loaded program category, or you can double click it, it will add here. So say we have selected 2 programs here, cold and flu and cold in head or chest 1. So these 2 programs have been loaded because it is visible here. Once it is done, what we do is we can go, we can save this work, so that if you want to run this program many times in future, so we can go back, return to the preset tab, and then press the green floppy or the save button, which is here. Now my entire programs will be saved into the user folder, which is basically inside the C drive Spooky2 folder. Okay, so the hierarchy and all the technical details we can learn in the further program gets saved inside the C drive Spooky2 folder in the US user folder inside Spooky2, and then you can name it as you like, cold C username, whatever you wish to. Then once saved, now it can be easy, it can be run easily. We have to just go to the control tab. Control tab is where we actually run the software, we actually run the Rife frequencies. So we have to go to the control tab and we have to click this and allow generator override. What does this do, allow generator override? It ensures that there is no memory of any past programs in the generator. So the generator is absolutely clean for you to start working with the new frequencies. Okay, if you are aware enough, even if you don't click, you can see in the window adjacent to this control window, you can see the frequencies running. So but as a rule of thumb, you should click this option, you should tick here. Then once you do allow generator override, then select the generator button port 4. Okay, because you are running the contact mode and contact mode was in port 4, so you have to click port 4. The moment you click this button, the program will start. Once the program starts, you see here, this is an enlarged view of the window. The program, once the program has started, this icon becomes green. You know, green means the program is running. And how much the program has progressed? It is loading 10 frequencies. You can see here in the screen, it's written generator 4, C code SP. And you have the 10 frequencies which are running for 3 minutes each. You know, there is dwell of 3. That means 3 minutes each. One frequency is running. So 10 frequencies means 10% each. So you are seeing here 10% progress because it is running the first frequency for 3 minutes. Okay, so you just got to click here, select the port, and then press the start button. The program starts. Is that fine? So that is how you run the contact mode. Now you want to run the second generator, which is the port 5, generator number 2. So what you do is, now because you want to run the detox preset into it. So let us see how you run the detox preset first. So once this particular is green, I go to next again the preset tab, because preset tab is the one which is going to load the frequencies for me. So I want, go to the preset tab, there go to the detox option, and then inside the detox option go to the remote mode, because you are going to use the remote mode. You want the detox to be done in the remote mode. You don't need to connect two contact modes at the same time. You should not be doing that, in fact, because it is said that both the contact get shorted. So you should not do that. So we go to the remote mode inside the detox. Inside the remote mode, there is an option of terrain RBY. Please pay attention. In bracket, it is written R. R means remote mode. So if you have any mercury fillings, you know, root canal or something, so you have to select terrain mercury, because other than mercury, it will remove all the metals. Okay. So in general, we select the terrain R mode. We selected, and then okay, that is fine. Then we go to the control tab, because we have loaded it now. We again take allow generator override, and we click port number 5. That is your generator 2, isn't it? So once this port 5 is clicked, the frequencies will get loaded here. Fine. And please remember, terrain protocol has several of these numbers here. You see generator 5, it's written 1 dot remove metals. So that is your first set of programs. So it will run for a day. Then once one day is finished, 24 hours of detoxing, then the second one will come. After that, third one will come. Like that, there are 11 such protocols which run for 11 days. Okay. So these are going to change. These are going to change automatically. You don't have to worry. So they will be changing automatically. So once the frequency gets loaded, you have to press the start button, and then you see it starts running the frequencies. You start receiving the frequencies in your body. And here is the status bar for every one set of frequencies. So it will go on till some time, and then after that it will change. So now both generators are running properly, which can be confirmed by seeing the green icons here. So both generators are running, and they are showing the percentage status also. So this is all I wanted to share with you all. This is the very basic information I wanted to provide you, so that you people get some information about the Spooky2 products and what all wonderful opportunities Spooky2 offers you all. So, you know, there is a very good support group, and you can get similar details in the Spooky2 Mall website. You have several Facebook groups, and there is a YouTube channel for Spooky2, and you can approach Penny for any technical questions, any technical details, or regarding the purchase of these products. You can contact in this on this email ID, and you can additionally watch one very interesting video I felt like sharing with you all, which shows, Rife frequencies shattering the cancer cells. So this is something very interesting. Thank you, everyone.